Welcome to the first of 4 showings of videos recorded during Dr. Suzuki's visit to the American Suzuki Institute in 1976. Today we'll hear Dr. Suzuki speak in his own words about his philosophy. Tomorrow during this hour, we will highlight Dr. Suzuki's principles for developing a beautiful tone. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, we will show videos of him teaching group and master classes. All of these videos are available on the web for you to watch anytime. Just search the American Suzuki Institute Video Collection. They are housed on the State Digital Library Collection at UW-Madison. Dr. Suzuki was here for the entire 2 weeks that year. He taught in Mickelson Hall, led the play-in from the piano in the sundial at opening ceremonies. He taught numerous lessons and gave many lectures on his philosophy and his concepts of beautiful tone. He was 77 years old on this visit, and much of what he taught was recorded by the nascent video production services at UWSP. I ask you to keep that in mind as you watch these videos, that you are looking at recordings made 44 years ago and recorded on 1-inch video cassettes. Many of you may not even know what those look like today, but I guarantee you we've come a long way in quality since then. In this video, Dr. Suzuki receives the very first Suzuki Chair Award given by the ASI each summer. It is presented by Chancellor Lee Sherman Dreyfus, who marvels that just 35 years earlier, the Japanese and American governments were hated enemies and were fighting against each other in World War II. And now, through individual citizens united in the creative endeavor of music making, we were captivated by the idea of how we could coexist and how, using Dr. Suzuki's philosophy, we could teach our children to love one another, so there wouldn't be any more war, as Dr. Suzuki says. Unfortunately, because of time considerations, we are going to begin the video after the point Dr. Suzuki has been presented with the award. You'll have to listen carefully and get used to Dr. Suzuki's English, as he says, to quote him, was made in Japan. You'll hear many of the stories and phrases you've read in Nurtured by Love. Every child can be educated to a very high ability in music and nice heart, high feeling, high character. He also tells of what he said to the United Nations when he spoke there in 1968. He told government members, no more military, no more policemen. He wanted governments to fund what he called assistance to help parents raise their children in their first years of life. I was lucky enough to be at this institute as a newly graduated 22-year-old. Of all the 35 videos in the collection, I believe this is my favorite because you hear Dr. Suzuki speak with such passion and conviction about his ideas of how we, through music, can make the world a better place. It was the hope I needed to hear then, in the midst of nuclear proliferation and an unending Cold War. And it is the hope I think we all need to hear now as we are going through this pandemic and as we struggle to eradicate systemic racism in our country. As Dr. Suzuki reminds us, we can change the world.